Now on Good Morning Northwest, is it an end to the war in Iran, and is it really in sight? Both President Trump and Iran's leaders say it is, even as the U.S. attacked an Iranian site overnight. What we expect when the president addresses the nation tonight.
And we are tracking rain moving into the inland Northwest. Going to be a soggy day. We'll show you how long this rain will be sticking around.
A 16-year-old pleads not guilty to murdering a Spokane boxing coach and father. The teen faces trial as an adult in May. With the latest from court. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Glad you're with us. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Wednesday, April 1st. Don't fall for any jokes today. No fools around here. We got meteorologist Matt Gray standing by with a look at that first alert forecast, which is no joke, Matt.
Yeah, no, we are going to end up with some pretty soggy weather as we go through the course of the day. That wet weather we've been talking about all week is finally here, moving through the central and western parts of Washington state, and pretty soon across the inland Northwest, we are going to be seeing some rainy weather. So let's take a closer look here. You can see rain now stretching across the heart of the Columbia Basin here. We saw a little bit of rain around North Idaho overnight. We're trying to see that again. A couple of rain showers around Orofino, and we saw some showers around Coeur d'Alene that have now lifted up to the north. And we'll show you that in just a second. But here's kind of the next round of rain for many of you outside of the Columbia Basin, moving through Connell, Lind, Ritzville right now. Seeing some showers around Moses Lake. This is all going to continue to track to the east and to the north, and so eventually across the Palouse and the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area here later this morning. We're going to start up with that rain, and once it gets started, don't know how many breaks we're going to end up getting here for the rest of the day and into the night. A little bit of light rain in the valleys around places like Ione, Medellin Falls, Kettle Falls, and Colville. Bonners Ferry and Naples also seeing a little bit of light rain. It's snow up in the mountains, and more mountain snow is on the way here as well, and that's going to slow down travel across much of the region here. We got a lot of activity for the next couple of days, and then some beautiful weather coming in as we get closer to the weekend. We'll show you how warm we are expecting coming up.
We are following breaking news. President Trump will address the nation tonight. He says he'll share an update on the war in Iran. Right now, we still don't know what he'll say, but he is expected to explain why this war started and when it could end.
I would say that within 2 weeks, maybe 3, we're hitting them very hard. I think with 2 or 3 weeks, we'll leave.
Iran's president agrees that the end could come soon, while also calling for tighter security across the country. This follows the U.S. strike on Iran overnight. Now, Secretary of State Marco Rubio lays out why the U.S. decided to act.
Many Americans are asking, why did the United States have to attack Iran now? Well, let me explain. Iran wants to have nuclear weapons. Of that, there is zero doubt.
Even with talks of progress, Iranian officials say they plan to target American companies in the Middle East. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. And nationally, the current average for a gallon of gas is just over $4. Here in the inland Northwest, both Spokane and North Idaho are higher than that. Guest Buddy reporting the current average in Idaho is $4.24. In Spokane, it's $4.89.
The Spokane organization Northwest Connect is offering special food pantry hours today exclusively for TSA employees who have been reeling from missing paychecks since mid-February. TSA workers can pick up food, hygiene items, paper, and cleaning products during designated shifts. This first is 8 to 10 this morning. Shift 2 is from 2 to 4 this afternoon. Northwest Connect is located on the corner of Crestline Street and Hoffman Avenue.
A 16-year-old pleaded not guilty to murdering a beloved Spokane boxing coach and father of 4. The teen is accused of killing 44-year-old Dylan Bundy Gray. Here is a video of Onyx Delight during his hearing yesterday. The judge required all media to blur his face. He is a minor, but because he's being charged as an adult and because of the serious nature of this crime, we are naming him. According to court documents, Delight and another young man were walking behind a woman along East Wellesley on March 22nd when one of them whistled at her. Soon after, Bundy Gray yelled at the two of them from his porch, then confronted them, which led to a fight. Police say during that fight, Delight shot Bundy Gray multiple times. Delight's trial is set to begin in May.
Seniors who own homes could get a break on their property taxes next year. A new state law in Washington is raising the income requirements for property tax exemptions for anyone 61 years of age or older. Starting in 2027, seniors making less than $74,000 a year will qualify. Local senior centers like the Corbin Senior Activity Center say most of the people it serves would be eligible for the program. Those like Denise Fanazik hope they can qualify.
And I'd have confidence that I can stay in my home. And that's so important because that's the place where the kids come home to visit, the grandkids, the neighbors.
Seniors can apply starting in the spring of 2027. Qualifying will be based on this year's income. Drivers in Spokane Valley can expect construction on Sullivan Road starting next week.
Part of a project to improve the stretch that runs between 8th and 24th Avenues. Natalie Keller tells us about this timeline and what this project entails.
The intersection at 8th and Sullivan is one of the targets of the project. The traffic light will be replaced to accommodate a designated left turn lane coming out of Central Valley High School. The overall goal of the project is to improve pedestrian safety while replacing all of the asphalt in the largely residential area. The city will add a sidewalk between 8th and 16th Avenues and a crosswalk signal between 9th and 11th. Stormwater structures will also be replaced. The project will involve partial road closures, but the city of Spokane Valley says access to the high school will be open at all times. The project is expected to be done in early September, and the city says it'll communicate road closures at least a week in advance. Reporting in Spokane Valley, Natalie Keller, 4 News Now.
All right, your time is now 7 minutes after 6 o'clock.
Let's check back in with meteorologist Matt Gray this morning. He's taking a live look outside as we kick off a rainy start to the day here, Matt.
Yes, and we are watching Colville this morning where we just told you about a little bit of rain. Well, you can see pretty wet roads here to start the day. A lot of wet roads around the region. It's dry now in Spokane. It will not be later. Your forecast is coming up.
And home insurance rates could climb once again for Bonner County homeowners. How fire protection scores determine what you pay. Coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
We are counting down to the Artemis II making space history later today. The groundbreaking mission and its multiple firsts just ahead.
And a judge orders construction to stop on President Trump's massive ballroom without congressional approval. Why and now what? We got that after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Shriners Children's Hospitals.
At 4 News Now, we're part of this community, sharing your stories, listening to your voice, and delivering the news that matters most to you. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
A penny saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
A performance that truly matters. This is what you've been waiting for. Shen Yun, coming to Seattle and Spokane from April 1st. Tickets at shenyun.com.
This Wednesday, one day only, Walker's Furniture is going wild. Save 20 to 70% store-wide. Bedrooms, dining rooms, living rooms, all marked down. Or no interest for 5 years. This Wednesday only at Walker's.
When you're in a car wreck, we're not just here to fight for you. We're here as a family.
When I reached out to Craig Swaff and Associates, it got started right away. They made sure I received everything I was owed.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Post Falls ER and Hospital. Voted the best ER in North Idaho. Accepting all commercial insurance, any network status from any state. Post Falls ER and Hospital. Minutes away, hours faster.
You hear it every summer. That old AC struggling to keep up. Maybe it's loud, maybe it barely cools, but it's still hanging on. This April, Bill's Heating and AC wants to reward one homeowner for holding on the longest. We're giving away a brand new high-efficiency system to the home with the oldest running AC. No purchase necessary. Just schedule a free estimate so we can confirm your system. Entries end April 30th. Winner announced May 1st, before the heat hits. Bill's Heating and AC. Your comfort upgrade could be free.
show me something sensational.
Take a look at this.
Fascinating.
This stuff will melt your mind.
This is my favorite part.
The heroes are here on KXLY 4.3.
Your time is 6:10. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. A federal judge has ruled construction on a massive new ballroom on the former site of the White House East Wing must stop.
The judge wrote in part, quote, that the President of the United States is the steward of the White House for future generations of first families. He is not, however, the owner. The lead architect says that the ballroom project has an estimated size of roughly 89,000 square feet, dwarfing the 55,000 square foot primary White House structure. Trump says that the ballroom is expected to cost between $300 million and $400 million, funded by private donations. Opponents say Congress should have done something earlier to oppose this project.
The tugboat captain who was in a fatal 2025 collision is charged with seaman's manslaughter. Court records show Yusio Lopez Insua was piloting a tugboat and barge on the Biscayne Bay with limited visibility. A children's sailing camp was in the area at the same time, and a sailboat with 5 children and a counselor got stalled in the path of the tugboat and barge. Insua did not see the tugboat, or the sailboat rather, and he struck it. A forensics review showed that Insua's cell phone showed internet activity was taking place around the time of the crash. 3 of the children ended up trapped in the wreckage and drowned. If convicted, Insua could get up to 10 years in federal prison.
An American journalist, Shelley Kittleston, has been kidnapped in Baghdad, Iraq. That's according to sources and her media outlet. Right now, it's unclear who's responsible for her abduction, but sources say that she was warned of threats against her. Iraqi authorities are working to secure her release, and security forces have caught at least 1 person and captured 1 vehicle believed to be involved in this kidnapping. The State Department and the FBI are both on this case.
We are just hours away from the first mission to the moon in 50 years. The current target for Artemis 2's liftoff is a 2-hour launch window that opens at 3:24 this afternoon. 4 astronauts will board the Orion spacecraft for a 10-day mission that'll loop around the moon, but won't touch down on the lunar surface. We'll have an in-depth look at the plans for the launch and the future of the space program coming up in about 20 minutes.
And we'll also be looking at the weather forecast there for that launch window. Now, here, we're talking about rain. Hasn't started quite yet around the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area, but once it does, not going to be too many breaks in the weather. Maybe just a very brief one for an hour or so this afternoon. But it's going to be raining more often than not. In fact, some quite heavy rain we're expecting for this evening, including a small chance for a little bit of thunder. And as we head into tomorrow, well, a chance for a little bit of wintry precipitation. We'll show you more about that coming up.
Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown declared yesterday Transgender Day of Visibility.
The proclamation is meant to honor the contributions and lives of transgender and gender-expansive people. Mayor Brown says transgender people today are valued members of the Spokane community, including youth, elders, parents, educators, artists, healthcare workers, advocates, and leaders whose contributions strengthen the city's cultural, civic, and social life. The proclamation was signed and sealed by Mayor Brown on March 17th.
Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:14.
Fire districts in Bonner County getting evaluated. How that could impact home insurance up there. That's after the break.
First, let's take a live look at the Michael Anderson statue at Riverfront Park this morning on your Wednesday. To start your day there, you can see the sun rising in the background.
Gorgeous.
We are monitoring the Artemis 2 launch that's happening today. We'll be bringing you updates throughout the day here on Good Morning Northwest.
4 News Now weather is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel.
Rain or shine, day or night, good weather always reigns at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. No matter the weather, winning is better. Your 7-day forecast calls for fun at the Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Coeur d'Alene Casino, winning is just the beginning.
A pretty face or a nice body is not always the first thing people notice. Look at this picture. What do you see first? That's right, he is missing a tooth. Your smile and your teeth are often the first thing that people will see. By the way, Did you also notice he is missing an eyebrow? So if your teeth are yellowing due to coffee, tea, red wine, or smoking, you need to pay attention and get noticed today with Power Swabs. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth and lift stains from caps, crowns, and veneers. There's no messy strips, trays, or lights. Just swab your teeth and go. Power Swabs is so effective, you can see up to 2 shades whiter teeth after just one 5-minute application, and 6 shades whiter teeth in just 7 days with minimal to no sensitivity. So stop whitening your teeth the old-fashioned way and start using Power Swabs for a brighter, whiter smile in just 5 minutes.
The first time I tried it, I was so surprised. My husband was so excited that he wanted to run out and get it. He said, "What have you been trying?" I said, "Well, I've tried this product called Power Swab." And he said, "I can't believe how white your teeth are." So from that point on, I've been sold.
The most surprising thing about using Power Swabs was that my veneers were taken care of and they were coming back to their original color.
One friend was like, your teeth look like really white. Did you do anything to it? And I was like, I did. I did Power Swabs.
Join thousands of people out there just like you to whiten your teeth in as little as 5 minutes. Call or visit powerswabs.com today and get our Quick Stick Pen free. Your on-the-go solution to fight new stains from setting in after a cup of coffee, tea, or after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 50% off and your free Quick Stick Pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com.
Our customers love coming to Car Wash Plaza. The staff here is so friendly.
It's the best in the Northwest.
It's so well lit, and there's security lights everywhere.
The central dog wash is so convenient, no hassle, keeps the dog clean, and keeps my house clean too.
My car is a big investment for me, and so if I want it done right, I take it to Car Wash Plaza for the touchless wash.
Car Wash Plaza. It's the best in the Northwest.
Find a location near you at carwashplaza.com.
David Muir, the most watched newscast in America. And now, ABC's World News Tonight has won the Emmy for Best Live News Program for the 3rd year in a row.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
Welcome back. It's now 6:17. Property owners in Bonner County got a stressful warning this week. They could pay more for their home insurance.
The increase ties back to changes in the area's fire district rating. Our Alexander Konyartz is live in studio this morning. And Alexander, how exactly does a fire district rating affect what homeowners will pay for their insurance?
Good morning. Yeah, these evaluations happen every few years and set what is known as a public protection classification score. Ratings essentially analyze the community's ability to suppress fires, meaning it looks at everything from equipment to staffing to training. The fire chief for Selkirk Fire Rescue and EMS sent out a message on Monday warning some parts of the region close to Lake Pend Oreille could see their ratings go up from 4 to 10. Insurance companies use that score to help set premiums. Lower scores usually mean lower premiums.
Within my agency or other agencies and other agents I've spoken with, there's a lot of people that just can't find coverage right now or are paying through their teeth to be able to afford insurance.
Ryan Skaggs owns an independent insurance company and serves people all across the region. He says some of his clients' premiums have gone up more than 100%. Others have lost coverage altogether. So what can be done? His advice is to not just stick with your carrier if you're being denied coverage or seeing crazy rate hikes. Call regional carriers like Farm Bureaus or Gem State Insurance. Reach out to independent agents that are familiar with the region, and if those don't work out, look into independent agents through excess and surplus line carriers. Unfortunately, Selkirk Fire Chief says that families that have not yet felt the impact of this will likely in the future. Still to come on Good Morning Northwest, we'll tell you about why some say a decision at the ballot box could have led to this issue. Live in studio, Alexandra Konyartz, 4 News Now.
With rain today, the Spokane Indians made that tough decision to cancel tonight's Fan Fest at Avista Stadium.
Oh, shoot.
The weather looking much better, though, for baseball Friday night for the Indians' opening night against the Everett Aqua Socks.
I guess we'd rather have the better weather for the opening night.
Yes, we would. Bummer though when you plan and all, everybody's excited about it, but
I know.
And then you get a 100% chance of rain, and you're like, maybe not.
Probably not a great thing.
Mother Nature, she keeps it interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Especially this time of the year, we often see a little bit of everything, and we're going to see that again with this storm system here. So let's take a look outside. You can see the turbulent-looking clouds now moving over the Spokane area. It's dreary as well as we get our morning started around Coeur d'Alene. The sun has now come up, and we're in the upper 30s to start the day in the I-90 corridor. It has been quiet so far, but you can see the wet weather moving across the Columbia Basin, and there's a lot more on the other side of the Cascades that we're going to have to get through here over the next 48 hours before this system ends up leaving us. So as we get closer to kind of 8, 9 o'clock, I expect that is going to be when we start to see that rain begin in the greater Spokane area. Temperatures will slowly work their way through the 40s. It's going to be pretty rainy through about 1 o'clock or so. Then we may see a brief period of less rainy conditions kind of going into that 2, 3, 4 o'clock time frame. By the time we are in the evening, however, once we get kind of past the start of that evening commute, we're going to start to see those rain chances rise once again, and this will likely be the heaviest rain we see throughout this whole system during the evening. Rain snow line is going to be up around the pass level today, so it's going to be kind of wet, sloppy snow for places like Lookout Pass. Then snow level drops quite a bit tonight, and tomorrow levels out more so around about 3,000 feet or so. So we will be looking out for the possibility of a little bit of wintry weather in some areas, and I'll show you that in a second. But first, here's our rain chances. You can see increasing around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene through 1 p.m., coming down just a little bit as we get closer to kind of 4 or 5 o'clock, and then rising back up again during the evening, as we just talked about here before. Then going into the overnight, through about midnight or so, we'll continue to see a pretty good chance of rain. Will slowly taper off after that to the early morning hours. Later this morning, places like Winthrop, Omak, and Republic, you got enough cold air in place where you will likely start things off here as snow with some of this moisture coming in. Not expecting a ton as far as accumulation goes. After all, this is pretty wet snow with the warmer temperatures that we're seeing here now that we are in the spring. We'll have a slight chance of a shower getting down to some of these high elevation mountain areas around Clearwater, Shoshone, Latah, Benoit counties here on Thursday morning. So we'll see a small chance of a shower then. That could be a little bit of mix of rain and snow for the afternoon around places like the Palouse in the North Idaho Panhandle, where we'll have the highest chance for some of those showers tomorrow. Here's winter storm alerts for those areas we just mentioned that will have a chance for some snow later this morning. 3 to 9 inches. Above 3,000 to 4,000 feet there from Ferry County into the Okanagan Highlands and Okanagan County and around the Methow Valley. Look at this beautiful weather coming in, though, for the weekend. I mean, that is going to be really nice, and I think everybody will be a lot happier with the weather by then than what we're seeing right now.
Oh, my gosh.
And, of course, the Seattle Rain will be here. I mean, I'm looking at the, the Indians play Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
Seattle Rain will be in town Saturday.
Fun.
It's just going to be great.
It's going to be a awesome weekend.
Good weekend to get outside.
It's now 6:23.
Well, in just his second year of eligibility, reports are sharing that Gonzaga men's basketball coach Mark Few has been voted into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. We'll tell you what we know, including when you can expect to hear that official announcement. That's after the break in Morning Sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
At Precision Garage Door, there's nothing we can't fix. Broken spring, door stuck, no job too big or too small. And right now, we're offering a full garage door tune-up for only $29.95.
Precision Garage Door Service, my name you can trust. You got shortness of breath, chest pains, and a cough. Little things wipe you out, you can't shake it off. It might be long. Chills, rainfall, depression, fever, can't smell, could be long. COVID, one more time. No.
In a noisy advertising world, we make you heard. Seven radio stations, ABC4, 4 News Now, and Phase 3 Digital. We create your strategy, content, future. The result, more customers, more sales, more growth for your business. Let's create your next breakthrough campaign. KXLYBrands.com, the perfect match for your business.
This Wednesday, for one day only, Walker's Furniture is going wild with store-wide savings. Save 20 to 70% off throughout the entire store. All bedrooms marked down. All dining rooms marked down. All living rooms marked down. Yes, 20 to 70% off for one wild day. Plus hot buys on mattresses starting at just $389. Or pay over time with no money down and no interest for 5 years. It's going to be a wild sale you don't want to miss. This Wednesday only at Walker's, where quality just costs less.
You would never go years without changing your oil. Did you know not maintaining your water heater can cause serious issues? Sediment can reduce efficiency, causing higher energy bills, leaks, and water heater failure. Sediment also causes bacteria that impacts water quality. An annual flush is the best defense against costly damage to your home, health, and wallet. Right now, Gold Seal Plumbing is offering an $89 water heater flush to keep your home and family safe and worry-free. So call Gold Seal Plumbing today. We're on our way.
At BECU, you don't have to convince us to care about your business, because we don't have to convince a boardroom of shareholders to let us. BECU is member-owned and not-for-profit, so we put our value right back into your business, meaning you get great rates, low fees, and local one-on-one guidance to help your business grow. No convincing needed. Join today at becu.org/business.
At Precision Garage Door, there's nothing we can't fix. Broken spring, door stuck, no job too big or too small. And right now, we're offering a full garage door tune-up for only $29.95.
Precision Garage Door Service, a name you can trust.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:26. Well, after taking the opening game of the series against the Yankees Monday, the Mariners were trying to make it 2 in a row last night.
But New York wasn't messing around in this one. Already 1-0 in the top of the first when Giancarlo Stanton drops one into shallow right field to score Ben Rice. It was 2-0 Yankees after one. They would get two. Logan Gilbert again in the sixth. This time Stanton ropes one into left field, scoring Cody Bellinger as the Yankees tack on 3 more in the frame. And that was all they needed. 5-0 is the final. Max Fried with 6 strikeouts and 7 shutout innings. The series finale is today at 1:10.
Let's go M's.
Yes, for sure. Gonzaga head coach Mark Few appears to be heading to the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame.
That's according to a report from Matt Norlander of CBS Sports. Few is the winningest active college basketball coach by percentage. He's recorded at least 20 wins in every season as Gonzaga's head coach. He is a 2-time Naismith Coach of the Year and was an assistant coach for Team USA, which brought home the gold from the 2024 Olympics. The 2026 Hall of Fame class will be formally announced on ESPN2 this Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. As part of the NCAA's Final Four weekend. The class will then be enshrined during a ceremony in mid-August, but of course we will keep you updated. So exciting for Coach Few.
So deserving as well. It's now 6:28.
Well, Spokane plans some major upgrades to connect 2 popular trails. The project brings new safety features and better access for runners, walkers, bikers, whoever use our trails. What trails are being connected and when you can see those upgrades in action, we'll tell you next.
Plus 2 bills cracking down on transgender people in Idaho. One centering around bathroom use, another requiring schools to notify parents when children socially transition genders. Both carry hefty fines for non-compliance. We'll break them down for you next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Parker Subaru.
The train is right on time. Grand Funk Railroad still shining on tour. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, April 16th.
Winning is just the beginning.
When you're in a car wreck, we're not just here to fight for you. We're here as a family. At Craig Swap & Associates, we treat every client like one of our own.
We're not just a business. We're a family.
When I reached out to Craig Swap & Associates, it felt like I was talking to family. They got started right away. They made sure I received everything I was owed.
Call Craig Swap & Associates and let us show you what it means to be treated like family. Just one call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Do you hear that? Something's calling. A call to climb your own mountain, no matter how it might look. A call to let doubt eat our dust. express ourselves, and leave it all on the court. A call to community, helping you find your healthier you. Health is calling, and MultiCare is here to help you answer.
Just how much cash did Coeur d'Alene Casino pay out last year? If you guessed over 90 million, jackpot. That's over 90 million reasons to try your luck this year at Coeur d'Alene Casino, where winning is just the beginning.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning, Northwest. Thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Wednesday, April 1st, April Fool's Day. Here's Matt Gray with our first alert forecast.
All right, and we're keeping the foolishness away from this part of the studio here, as we are going to have quite a busy day on radar. We're tracking some rain already. Some places around Orofino seeing some wet weather, a little bit of mountain snow right along the state line and the U.S.-Canada border. And we're tracking this round of rain. It is coming down right now in places like Ritzville and Odessa. We're starting to see now the south end of Sprague Lake that rain begin to come in. So it's only about 35 miles away from downtown Spokane as the crow flies here. So as we go through this upcoming half hour, we're going to be seeing things get closer and closer, expecting that during the 7 a.m. hour, we're going to start to see some rain coming down in Spokane. Further north, around the Grand Coulee Dam, we are seeing some rain here as well. And then you notice here, we're seeing a little bit of blue indicated on the radar. Some of these highlands around kind of the Omak area and across the Okanagan Highlands and into the Republic area, Curlew Lake, etc. We are expecting a little bit of snow to start off our morning. We've got winter weather advisories here for these areas. Ferry County, the Okanagan Highlands, the Methow Valley area, 3 to 9 inches above 3,000 to 4,000 feet. So we are tracking the mountain snow and the valley rain for you for the rest of the day coming up.
All right, Matt, thank you. A new bill that would alert parents in Idaho if their child is trying to transition to another gender is one step closer to becoming law. The Pediatric Secretive Transitions Parental Rights Act requires schools and healthcare providers to report to parents if their child is socially transitioning to another gender. The bill says social transition includes adopting a name, pronouns, appearance, and dress of the opposite sex, and requesting to use a different locker room or play on the sports team of a sex different from the one assigned at birth. The bill also states this must be reported within 3 days, or the Idaho Attorney General could seek up to $100,000 in civil fines.
The concern is that often the social transition is the precursor to the surgeries and the hormones and those kind of things. So the goal was to make sure that parents are in the loop every step of the way.
But some lawmakers and civil liberties groups are concerned about the vague language in the bill. The ACLU of Idaho says this legislation isolates LGBTQ youth and forces them to come out before they're ready. If it's signed by Governor Brad Little, the bill would take effect July 1st. It comes just as Little signed a bill criminalizing transgender people using bathrooms that align with their gender identity.
Well, Washington voters will decide on 2 school-related initiatives this November. This comes as lawmakers decided not to act on them in the past legislative session. The first would impact who is eligible to compete in girls' sports by banning transgender girls from participating in girls' sports. The second would be to fully reinstate Washington's Parents' Bill of Rights, which was modified during last year's legislative session. The conservative group, Let's Go Washington, pushed for the measures and says the support it saw while gathering signatures makes it confident these will pass.
It's really a sign that the legislature has gone so far beyond what the norms of everyday average people is that someone had to stand up and fight.
Critics warn that the measures will put students in danger. The Washington Education Association has labeled them anti-school, arguing they strip privacy protections for students and families. The union also says the measure for athletes would roll back Washington's successful sports inclusion policies.
In Washington, D.C., President Trump has signed an executive order that targets mail-in voting. The president's order reportedly calls for the Department of Homeland Security to create a list of verified U.S. citizens who are eligible to vote. The U.S. Postal Service would be directed to take new measures to ensure ballots are sent to eligible voters. The president has long claimed that U.S. elections are filled with fraud and that voting by mail is cheating. It's already illegal for a non-citizen to vote in federal elections. Those attempting to cast ballots in presidential and other elections risk prosecution and deportation. And President Trump could be the first sitting U.S. president to attend Supreme Court oral arguments. He says he's attending a hearing today on his executive order limiting birthright citizenship. Trump does not want it to apply to babies born in the U.S. to undocumented immigrants. The 14th Amendment states, quote, persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. The Trump administration argues the jurisdiction part empowers the president's executive order.
Well, new upgrades are coming to a popular trail in Spokane aimed to make it more enjoyable and safer. The city of Spokane is planning to connect the Fish Lake Trail on the west side of the city with the Centennial Trail. This construction will happen on 5th Avenue and Government Way. Phase 1 will extend the trail from the Milton Street trailhead north to 5th Avenue. The city plans to repave it and add some new lights and signs, even installing a warning system in the nearby railroad tunnel.
Those are two important trail networks in the city, and so for people to be able to use this more often, more easily, I'm all for that.
I'm going to visit a lot more, you know, because like I do meditation, so it's really cool.
Well, construction is scheduled to begin in midsummer. Good morning, Northwest time. Right now is 6:36.
All right, I almost fell for an April Fool's on my Facebook. I almost said, and then I was like, wait a minute.
Well, with AI, it makes it more difficult to avoid those. You gotta
be skeptical.
Don't believe anything today, except for Matt.
Except for Matt.
Believe
and us.
Yeah.
Matt.
You know, hey, every day is April Fool's on Facebook sometimes.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right, here. So we've got some wet roads from some showers last night around Wallace. This is going to be a very different view tomorrow as we are going to see some wintry weather return to high elevation areas. Take advantage of that sun right now. Say hello, sun. We're not going to see much of it today. Coming up in your forecast.
And home insurance prices could soon spike in North Idaho. Bonner County Fire District are undergoing evaluations, and officials warn the results could lead to higher insurance costs. We'll explain how those two are related after the break.
Watch Chris Crocker, only on 4 News Now.
Stay and play at Missisquoi Casino Hotel, where jackpots, food, and fun come together at the region's only non-smoking casino and hotel. We're the place for a day trip, weekend getaway, or your next holiday party or group event. Enjoy the casino action playing your favorite gaming machine, or try your skills at the live table games. Stay and play at Missisquoi Casino Hotel, located just north of Spokane on Highway 395 near Chewelah.
Andy's Heating Cooling guarantees to keep your home safe and warm. Your home and office comfort is Andy's priority. Stay warm this winter with a new heat pump system from Carrier.
So the heating company I called said I needed a new heat pump that would cost over $12,000. A friend said I should call Andy's for a second opinion, and I'm so glad I did. They were honest. All I needed was a reversing valve.
Turn to the experts at Andy's Heating Cooling. Since 1972, thanks to you.
Post Falls ER and Hospital. Voted the best ER in North Idaho. Open 24/7. Post Falls ER delivers premium emergency care with low wait times. From sports injuries to urgent ambulance arrivals with state-of-the-art imaging, inpatient care, and a team ready for anything. They accept all commercial insurance, any network status from any state. Because every second counts and every life matters. Post Falls ER and Hospital. Minutes away, hours faster.
Our clients come to Dynamic Decks for the best. My father started this business in 1999.
I've been working with Dynamic Decks for 15 years, supplying them with all of their TimberTech and outdoor living products.
We can always trust PAR to have the highest quality products. They deliver it on time, every time.
As a family-owned business, we know the importance of showing up.
Dynamic Decks is a PAR customer for life.
For a limited time only, get 20% off railing and lighting with the purchase of any TimberTech or Trax decking. Visit par.com/decking for more details.
Since 1933, Crusoe's Floors has been providing Spokane with quality flooring and exceptional customer service.
Come experience the Crusoe's Floors difference during our 93rd anniversary sale and save big on all your flooring needs.
Caruso's Floors, your trusted name in flooring.
You've come to expect more from 4 News Now, and we're giving it to you. Now the team you trust is also on Fox 28. More breaking news, more stories that matter, more from the First Alert Weather Team. More ways to watch 4 News Now on Fox 28. Expect more.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:40. Some homeowners in North Idaho could soon see their insurance rates go up.
Yeah, rates often tied to evaluations of fire districts. Lower scores mean lower premiums. The Selkirk Fire District chief warns those ratings will likely drop in some parts of the region. Alexandra Conyartz is live in studio this morning. So you spoke with an insurance agent in the area. What is his thoughts on all this?
Good morning. He's concerned. Experts tell me that rising insurance rates are something they have been dealing with in recent years, but that this hit is something they actually saw coming. These valuations happen every few years and set a public protection classification score. The majority of the score is based off a fire district's performance. A levy in Bonner County would have helped improve those factors, but ultimately failed. One insurance agent tells me he believes that is going to have a trickle-down effect.
The increases on insurance have far outweighed easily any increase that people would have seen on their tax bill for their property taxes within Bonner County.
Independent insurance company owner Ryan Skaggs says several of his clients have completely lost their providers or are seeing premium rates go up more than 100%. Voters in the west side and north side of Bonner County are being asked again to pass levies that the fire chief said would help address staffing issues. The district fire chief says that could also eventually help the public protection classification score. In studio this morning, Alexandra Conyartz, 4 News Now.
All right, Alexandra, thank you very much. Your time is now 6:41.
Still to come here on Good Morning Northwest, we'll have a preview of this afternoon's Artemis II launch. Back with that and Matt's full forecast right after the break.
Watch Chris Crocker, only on 4 News Now.
It's our anniversary at Perfection Tire, proudly serving drivers in the Northwest since 1962.
We're celebrating with Cooper Tire rebates and deals on all your favorite brands.
The same great service you counted on for over 60 years. Nobody beats perfection.
This Wednesday, one day only, Walker's Furniture is going wild. Save 20 to 70% store-wide. Bedrooms, dining rooms, living rooms, all marked down. Or no interest for 5 years. This Wednesday only at Walker's.
At Precision Garage Door, there's nothing we haven't seen and nothing we can't fix. The biggest concern we hear is, my car is trapped. I can't get to work. That's why we provide same-day solutions. At Precision, garage doors and openers are all we do, and we know tomorrow is too late. Quality service quickly. That's what you get with Precision. Right now, get a Precision Garage Door tune-up for only $29.95. 25-point inspection, adjustment, and lubrication included. Call Precision Garage Door today.
Precision Garage Door service, a name you can trust.
At 4 News Now, we're part of this community, sharing your stories, listening to your voice, and delivering the news that matters most to you. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Thank you.
I got this.
Thanks. I'm Alex.
I'm Jade.
All I wanted was my name. Tina Turner.
Tina, the Tina Turner musical. The mega hit comes direct from Broadway. See her triumphant story and be ecstatically blown away. Everybody everywhere should come see Rave's New York Magazine. April 11th and 12th. First Interstate Center for the Arts. Tickets on sale now at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Without my good feet, I would not be able to do this. And remember, I'm in my 60s. Hey!
It's our anniversary at Perfection Tire, and we wanted to say thank you.
Come celebrate with Cooper Tire rebates and special pricing on all our favorite tire brands, backed by the best warranties in town and local service you can trust.
Nobody beats perfection.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Welcome back. It is now 6:44. And this here's a live look at the launch site for Artemis 2. We're just hours away from launching the first mission to the moon in 50 years. Now, if today's launch holds, we could just be hours away from a journey deeper into space than anyone has ever traveled before.
Yeah, right now they are fueling that rocket. ABC's Hannah Battah reports on how this mission is just the beginning of a major push to the moon and beyond.
The countdown is on as the U.S. prepares to send humans back to the moon for the first time in more than 50 years. At a time of deep division here on Earth, the 4 astronauts on Artemis 2 say they hope their 10-day mission will bring people together and inspire the next generation.
A young woman can look at Christina and just physicalize her passion or her interest, or even if it's not something she wants to do, she can just be like, girl power, and that's awesome. And that young brown boys and girls can look at me and go, hey, he looks like me and he's doing what? And that's great.
The rocket is taller than the Statue of Liberty. With 8.8 million pounds of thrust at liftoff, the crew will soar into space at 17,000 miles per hour. After liftoff, they'll orbit Earth, then travel past the far side of the moon, nearly 250,000 miles from home.
This is a plan to get to the moon and use the resources that are on the moon to build an outpost there. And this is going to prepare us to go to Mars and further into space someday.
The crew won't land on the moon, but the mission will help pave the way for a landing in 2028, beating China's planned lunar landing by 2 years. Here's what's ahead today. The fueling process is set to begin this morning at 7:34 Eastern and will take about 5 hours. The crew, already on mission time, will wake up around 9:45, have breakfast, and suit up. By mid-afternoon, they'll arrive at the launch pad. And at 6:24 tonight, the launch window opens. It's expected to draw 400,000 visitors to Kennedy Space Center, boosting the local economy. This store owner has printed 50,000 Artemis shirts. Hannah Battah, ABC News, New York.
Now, as we get closer to launch time, ABC will air a special report. We'll broadcast it live to the nation with coverage expected to begin right around 3 o'clock.
And launch is expected to happen at 3:24 our time, of course, weather permitting. That way you can also watch it online. We'll have it streaming on KXLY.com and KXLY Plus. So lots of options to watch history if you want to.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Very exciting.
Hey, Rob. Rob
Hey, good
King
morning.
will be joining us for as we switch over to Fox 28 at 7 o'clock.
And coming up on Fox 28, we're going to be live at the Hub with their spring break camp for kids. So if your kids need something to do, you know, idle thumbs and all that. So.
Oh, yeah, you know, yes. Get them off of this.
Yes, so we will be live at the Hub where you can learn about their spring break opportunities. A lot of fun.
Oh, my gosh.
Excellent.
Love
Excellent.
it, love it, love it.
We'll see you then.
And we've been talking a lot about the weather for this launch today. Matt's been tracking things down in the home state of Florida.
That's right. Yeah, got to get off the ground first. Sorry, I was in the break. I was thinking about the Mexican restaurant that's like has the perfect spot for launch viewing there in Titusville.
Right there? Yeah.
They have great black bean soup.
Oh, yum.
Yeah, I don't know. Things you think about here with memories from Florida and watching all the space launches growing up. So cloud cover is going to be an issue here today. That's probably going to be the biggest obstacle as far as the possibility that this may be delayed. Now, it's unlikely, I think, at this point, but still, they're going to have to keep an eye on the radar, going to keep an eye on a thick cloud layer, especially if it's higher up in the sky. And you deal with ice particles that it has to travel through as the SLS rocket launches. And of course, that can create some complications, right? And so it's about eliminating any risk when you're putting humans into space. There's a 10-mile zone around the launch pad, no rain, lightning, or thick clouds when the launch window opens there. And don't have to worry about temperatures or gusty winds today. A nice 78 degrees at Cape Canaveral for this afternoon. Launch window 3:24 p.m. Pacific time that will open. Meanwhile, we are opening the floodgates from above here today as a bunch of rain's coming down and should here at the 7 o'clock hour start to be raining in Spokane. This front is going to be a quite interesting period of weather for us as it moves in later on today. This first round of rain lasting through about 1 o'clock in the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. We get a short break for the afternoon, and then here comes that front with some heavy rain and the possibility of a lightning strike or two. It is going to be a quite vigorous as it pushes through. A little bit of gusts into the 20-30 mile an hour range with the winds as well. We see cooler air coming in behind that. Snow will continue to be falling throughout this period over our mountain passes. And tomorrow, with much cooler air sitting several thousand feet up, this is a good pattern for us to see a little bit of that graupel, a little bit of rain-snow mix, even with showers that'll show up during the afternoon. Going to be a rainier day Thursday in North Idaho than it will be in eastern Washington. Here's snow amounts for mountain passes, driving through the Cascades or over Lookout Pass. You got to be ready for some wintry, slushy driving conditions. And then the weather gets absolutely beautiful starting on Friday. And we're talking upper 60s and flirting with 70 degrees by the time we get to the end of the Easter weekend. We'll be right back with the Morning Sprint.
4 News Now is brought to you by Caruso's Floors.
If you've been in a motorcycle accident, the stakes are often big.
Big injuries, immense pain, and huge medical bills.
That's when you call Russell and Hill.
Call 800-LAW-0842.
Some mornings, I get a little extra help. Memories are made in the kitchen. Find the right appliance to make more of them at Fred's.
At Fred's Appliance, all Bosch appliances are on sale. Save up to $300 on select Bosch dishwashers. Swing by Fred's Appliance today. We sell appliances, only appliances.
Our customers love coming to Car Wash Plaza.
I work late shifts. Car Wash Plaza is open 24/7. That works for me.
I feel safe. It's so well lit, and there's security lights everywhere.
Strong water jets cover everything. The roof, the sides, even the undercarriage.
The Central Dog Wash is so convenient, no hassle, keeps the dog clean, and keeps my house clean too.
It's easy at Car Wash Plaza. It's the best in the Northwest.
Do you hear that? Something's calling. A call to climb your own mountain, no matter how it might look. A call to let doubt eat our dust, express ourselves, and leave it all on the court. A call to community, helping you find your healthier you. Health is calling, and Multicare is here to help you answer.
This month at Findlay Downtown Toyota, we're going crazy at lowering prices, as we've lowered all prices on our website, so you can score a great deal on a new or used Toyota. Plus, we're offering top dollar for your trade-ins. And we'll buy your vehicle even if you don't buy from us. Nice! I know, right? You can even delay all payments until June 1st. Making it a great time to get your new Toyota today. This week at Findlay.
Findlay Toyota's downtown.
If you've been in a motorcycle accident, the stakes are often big.
Big injuries, immense pain, and huge medical bills.
That's when you call Russell and Hill.
Call 800-LAW-0842.
Right face. Dismiss. Right in the face. Watch Max.
Watch Me TV over the air on KXLY 4.2.
Good morning. Your time is now 6:53. Time to get you ready to take on your Wednesday in the morning sprint.
You can expect some showers across our region today and snow up in the mountains. Meteorologist Matt Gray's got to look at that first alert forecast.
But first, we're just hours away from the first mission to the moon in 50 years. Rob King in studio with more details.
Yeah, this is a live look right now at the launch site for Artemis 2. Right now, they're fueling the rocket. 4 astronauts will board the Orion spacecraft for a 10-day mission. Plans to loop around the moon. It won't touch down, though, on the lunar surface. We'll have an in-depth look at the plans for the launch and the future of the space program. It's coming up on Good Morning Northwest on Fox 28.
And our weather is going to be turning wet during our Fox 28 program as well, as we've got rain just down the road here from Spokane. A little bit of sun right now. That's not going to last for very long. Temperatures in the 40s for the late morning and rainy conditions. We may see a brief break in the wet weather during the mid-afternoon. It's not going to last very long, as we'll be right back into the rain heading into your evening commute, and then through the overnight hours, that rain going to keep coming down.
Well, the Spokane organization Northwest Connect is offering special food pantry hours today exclusively for TSA employees. TSA workers can pick up food, hygiene items, paper, and cleaning products during these designated shifts. The first is from 8 to 10 this morning. Shift 2 is then from 2 to 4 this afternoon. Northwest Connect is located on the corner of Crestline Street and Hoffman Avenue.
A 16-year-old pleaded not guilty to murdering a beloved Spokane boxing coach and father of 4. The teen is accused of killing 44-year-old Dylan Bundy Gray. This is a video of Onyx Delight during his hearing yesterday. The judge required all media to blur his face. He's a minor, but because he's being charged as an adult and because of the serious nature of the crime, we are naming him. Police say during a fight, Delight shot Bundy Gray multiple times. Delight's trial is set to begin in May.
Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown declared yesterday Transgender Day of Visibility. The proclamation is meant to honor the contribution and lives of transgender and gender expansive people. Mayor Brown says in part that transgender people today are valued members of the Spokane community who have contributions that strengthen our city's culture, civic, and social life. The proclamation was signed and sealed by Mayor Brown on March 17th.
A new bill that would alert parents in Idaho if their child is trying to transition to another gender is a step closer to becoming law. The Pediatric Secretive Transitions Parental Rights Act requires schools and health care providers to report to parents if their child is socially transitioning to another gender. Some lawmakers and civil liberties groups are concerned about the vague language in the bill. If it is signed by Governor Little, the bill would take effect July 1st.
Washington voters will decide on 2 school-related initiatives this November. The first would impact who is eligible to compete in girls' sports by banning transgender girls from participating in girls' sports. The second would fully reinstate Washington's Parents' Bill of Rights, which was modified during last year's legislative session. The conservative group Let's Go Washington pushed for the measures and says the support it saw while gathering signatures makes it confident that these will pass. Critics warn the measures will still put students in danger.
New upgrades are coming to a popular trail in Spokane aimed to make it more enjoyable and safer. The city of Spokane is planning to connect the Fish Lake Trail on the west side of the city with the Centennial Trail. This construction will happen at 5th Avenue and Government Way. The city plans to repave it, add new lights and signs, and even install warning systems in the nearby railroad tunnel. Construction is scheduled to begin in mid-summer.
With rain in the forecast today, the Spokane Indians have made the tough decision to cancel tonight's Fan Fest at Avista Stadium. The weather is looking much better, though, for baseball on Friday night. That's their opening night against the Everett Aqua Sox.
Yeah, we have some good weather coming this weekend. We'll check in with Matt and a look at it coming up right after this quick commercial break. And as we send you to it, what a gorgeous start to our morning, but rain's coming. We'll be right back.
Fred Meyer always gives you more ways to save, like low prices in every aisle. Plus, you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the app and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. Discover more ways to save big. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
At Parker Subaru, we're proud to call this community home. That's why we're always looking for ways to support the people and community around us.
Whether it's helping keep our local rivers clean, to helping pets find their forever homes, or supporting our local schools and students along the way.
You won the car for the Sandpoint Lakeland High School drawing.
Because this isn't just where we work, it's our home, and that's why we'll always show up for our community.
Post Falls ER and Hospital. Voted the best ER in North Idaho. Accepting all commercial insurance, any network status from any state. Post Falls ER and Hospital. Minutes away, hours faster.
You can save big in every aisle at Fred Meyer. Right now, select packs of soda are buy 3, get 3 free with your card. And you can save $20 on your first order when you try pickup or delivery. Fred Meyer. Fresh for everyone.
And looking at the rising sun, of which we will see precious little of today. This is your one opportunity. Already the clouds starting to fill back in over Spokane. Your 7-day forecast is looking a little less than pleasant here over the next couple of days. Likely to see some variety of mixed precipitation at times tomorrow, especially on the Idaho side of the state line. And then we've got beautiful, beautiful weather heading into the weekend. It's going to be great.
Oh, my goodness.
We have so many, like, you know, sporting events and Easter egg hunts. It's going to be wonderful.
It's going to be a great weekend for sure.
Very exciting.
Well, hey, if you'd like to stay with us, Good Morning Northwest continues on Fox 28 next.
And we'll also have updates throughout GMA. It starts next.
This Wednesday, for one day only, Walker's Furniture is going wild with store-wide savings. Save 20 to 70% off throughout the entire store. All bedrooms marked down. All dining rooms marked down. All living rooms marked down. Yes, 20 to 70% off for one wild day. Plus hot buys on mattresses starting at just $389. Or pay over time with no money down and no interest for 5 years. It's going to be a wild sale you don't want to miss. This Wednesday only at Walker's, where quality just costs less.